Hello, good evening. Welcome to ROX BOX. Happy Monday to us all. Hope we've all had a good day, a good start to the week. Once again, thank you to everybody who jumped on board last night and joined us for the communal altar. And it's so nice to see all the different altars that are being shown on Facebook last night and this morning. Beautiful. So just connect. Let's just take a couple of minutes to come together and, just ground this energy around us before we start. Hello, everybody who is there. Shardy, Leslie, Lucy, Sarah, Belinda, Carolyn, Kirsty. Hi, Georgie. Hey, Julie. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Carolyn. So I hope we're all well. Now, we have had a nice delivery arrive. Our crystals are being settled at the moment. They arrived this morning. So that's all scrummy. So you may notice this gorgeous newbie next to me. This is a new addition. This is going to help me with the Development Mondays. This is a gorgeous strawberry quartz sphere. So I saw that and thought, it looks beautiful. And don't worry, we have got 3 smaller spheres that are coming through. And also, what came through for us was this little beauty. Okay, it's not a lightsaber, but it is a handy torch. Okay. Which is quite good. This side is the light, this side is any UV on there. So these are really good. And what I'm just going to show you is this beautiful Super 7 sphere that was listed in the market a few weeks ago. Now it looks quite dark and you might not be able to see what it's made of, but the torch is amazing for doing that for us. So if I hold that up, if I spin this around, you should be able to start seeing the inside of this beautiful sphere and all those different minerals that make it up to being a Super 7. So this is my new toy. So you just see it's a whole new complete world once we put a light on it. So yeah, even though it's not a lightsaber, it's a cool non-lightsaber. So you can place it on here, showing up. Okay. I did promise Bear I wouldn't show any new stock, but just another thing to look at, okay, is this. That looks like it's black obsidian. Now, I don't know if this will work by shining it directly on there, but you might just be able to see that it's not just a black obsidian. It is in fact rainbow obsidian. So these torches are really quite cool to look out for anything that we think is black obsidian, but it's not. It's in fact rainbow obsidian. Still got to play around with it, especially working in the camera. But that's our new toy. So it is crazy, crazy, crazy. And so what have we been up to? Have any of us connected with any crystals? I mean, it's coming towards the end of the lockdown, so I'm not expecting you guys to be committing to these crystal connections. But if you are, let me know what you're carrying. Let me know what you're sleeping with, what's drawing you in. This week, I think I'm going to go with Varasite. We've got some nice bracelets come in, and I've nabbed this one. So, Purple Eyes. Oh, just call me Liz Taylor, sweetheart. She had purple eyes. Beautiful. So if you want to have a quick discussion on your crystals, what you're connecting with, how your weekend has been, I'm more than happy to do that. Golden Healer. Now you're talking to me, Caroline. Yes. And that would be quite nice to look with a torch. Now, all I've got handy at the moment around me are spheres. So we didn't have no Golden Healer spheres to come through, so I can't show. Oh, it's your first day of work today. How did that go, Shardy? I hope that went well for you. Yeah, this is my last week. So, eek. Oh, beautiful. So, Lucy, yeah, you had your petrified wood last week. Absolutely amazing. And then rhodonite. Love it. Love that choice. So, the last 3 weeks, we've been working with the spheres, and we've been doing some work on those, doing some readings, connecting in that way. I felt like giving that a rest. We've done the 3 weeks of that. So I'm going to go back to the Oracle deck that we were working with beforehand. And then we'll also work with the pendulum today as well. Okay. The torches. I can't remember how much they were. Hubby does the pricing. As if you were in our living room this morning when we were unpacking the delivery, because when we do our order at the moment, because we can't get to our supplier, we're doing a Skype call. And at the moment, it's quite nice because hubby goes and makes us a cup of tea in between it. So it'll be like, oh, I'm just going to go and put kettle on to make a cuppa. At that point, I literally do the last challenge of the supermarket sweep, you know, where you just do that trolley dash. That's what I do while he goes downstairs and makes a tea. I'm like, right, show me this, show me that. I'll have 5 of that, 6 of that, 2 of that, 4 of that. Brilliant. Okay, he's back in the, we're back in the same aisle as when he left. And yeah, what do you think of those, Bear? Shall we have those? Okay, no, we'll leave those there. So when the order arrives, the first thing Adam looks at is the invoice. And then I see that I only had this much budget. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's sit down and unwrap these crystals. And yeah, he will be going around and what's this? Where did this come from? And then he'll turn around and he's like, so how much was this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't ask how much things are. I just like it and put it in the basket. And he's like, oh, so yeah, Caroline, I don't know prices of anything. I don't deal with prices. If I like it, it's in the basket and away we go. So Yeah, that's how we rock and roll. I just put it in the basket and allow Adam to then work out how we're going to pay the invoices off. So, Jane, I connected with a crystal that looks like a shell, but I don't know what it is. During my ritual last night, I was guided to pics of the flames, but my flash was on. So when I retook pics, I caught some orbs. Beautiful. Would it be a Shiva shell? Is it white? And it's got the spiral look of it, like it's send us a picture and we, unless it's an ammonite, is it an actual shell or is it something that looks like a shell? Oh gosh, oh bless you. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to cope. We're having to wear masks at work and I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that. Septarian. Beautiful, Carolyn. Yes, we've had some Septarian arrive today. Beautiful. Yes, you can imagine that, Sarah. Literally, and our supplier wets herself because it happens all the time now, and we don't know why he doesn't send me to go downstairs because he should know now. He knows what goes on, but he always makes that vital mistake. So when our supplier is showing us things, he's actually looking at what she's showing us. I'm scanning the background. I'm like, right, what can we go back to? What can I put in? So I'm not paying attention to what is being shown. I'm just looking in the background like, right, okay. And then off they go. Yes, Julie, absolutely. And I'm so looking forward to seeing you and the Mad-Eye Moody tomorrow. I can't wait. Yes, he did buy the most expensive piece. Can I show the most expensive piece? He did get the most expensive piece. Ridiculous. Yes. Oh, I need to nip out in the morning to grab something for lunch for us. We've got the Mooders coming round tomorrow. Social distancing. Social distancing. Okay. So this is what Bear brought. Okay. This is the most expensive piece that came today. Beautiful labradorite carved Ganesh. This won't be coming onto a market because we would not post this at all. Happy to pick up and collect. It will be on the stall, but yeah, traveling wise, this would be I wouldn't trust a postman with this. It is beautiful, absolutely stunning. I'm going to pop him back. Yes, is that stunning that I don't want to hold him for that long? Okay, so I think we've got the energies sorted. We've had a nice little chat. We've all come together. Yes, and we will discuss the future development once a month on Zoom. I've got the committee members coming around tomorrow, Julie and Kim. So we'll discuss that a little bit further. So pendulums. Let's talk about tonight's topic, pendulums. And we're going to be backing them up with the cards. So I've already done a discussion on this during lockdown, but I think it was in the early days when I was using my personal Facebook account. So it'd be nice to go into this a bit more and for it to be up on YouTube for other people to look at. Okay, so I have quite a few pendulums in my personal collection. They are my amazing helpers. I love working with pendulums. They're one of the best things to carry, to have around, and useful to work with. They are brilliant tools. Although I do have quite a lot, I think my last count, I think I had somewhere like 26, 29 different pendulums. And do you know where they are? If you do, let me know, because I don't know. I might have to use a pendulum to find out where the rest are, because here I've got 7 out of that. So pendulums, many ways of using them. They're great for dowsing. For those people that come onto the chakra workshops, we use a pendulum right from the word go on the base workshop, because they're great to see what your chakras are doing, whether they're overactive, underactive, and we work through those. And they're great for divination, which is what we'll be using them for tonight. Okay, so if there's any people out there watching and they would love a pendulum but don't really know how to go about it, I will just give a brief explanation on how I use the pendulum. Again, there are many ways out there of using them. What works for you, keep doing that. So if you want to have a pendulum and you're in the shop or you're on Dan Rock's stall looking at the pendulums and you're thinking, what do I go for? What do I do? The best thing and the first thing you need to know is the yes and your no. Now, there are thousands of different ways your yes and your no can be. Okay, we don't all have the same yes, we don't have all the same no's, and I never work on a maybe. I know we have those lovely pendulum boards. Okay, if you're working on one of those pendulum boards, your pendulum will interact and work with that pendulum board rather than what is yours. So if you've got a pendulum board, it will swing and interact with that. So they are good to have. But if you don't have a pendulum board, then it's good to attune it to our vibration. So hopefully the shop that you are in are friendly enough for you to hold the pendulum, because you want to work with this first to find out whether you want to buy it. If people don't let you work with a pendulum, don't buy it, because you need to have that bond from the offset. So if this is your first pendulum you're ever going to buy, then you need to know your yes and your no. And all I do is I'll place my palm underneath. You can see that there is space between the pendulum and my palm. I'm not directly on the palm. There is space between us, and I just ask, show me my yes sign. Obviously, if you're in a shop and the shop is packed, feel free to say it in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. You don't have to feel as though everyone's going to look at you for talking to a crystal. So just say, what is my yes sign? And you just wait for it to give you a direction. Sometimes, I mean, this is my iLight pendulum, so I do use this one quite a lot. So it is good to kick off right from the start. Sometimes there might be a little movement, okay? And that's just because it's new to you. You're new to it. You just need to work in each other's energies to find that to build on that energy. And when you work with it, it's quick to respond. So it showed me my clockwise. So that was my yes. Now, what is my no? Show me my no sign. What is my no sign? And you just have the patience. So my yes was very big. My no is not so, and it's going in an anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise is no, clockwise is yes. Now that I have found has worked with all of my pendulums. I've not come across a pendulum that's given me a different one. I'm not saying that's not the case. You might have a case where one will give you another direction to yes and you know to a different pendulum. That is absolutely fine. But that is my yes, that is my no. That's what I've always used. And I don't tend to change unless I've gone through a change in myself. Sometimes it'd be nice to re-collaborate with your pendulum if, like at the moment, going through the lockdown, not being able to do the things that I do might alter my energy. So if I was working with a pendulum then, that might be a difference in my yes and my no's. Going through a breakup, a change of job, a change of lifestyle, that might alter my vibration. So therefore, I might just need to re-collaborate with my pendulum. And all you do is, if you've not used your pendulum for a while, and you might think that you've gone through something that might have altered your energy, just pick it back up again and just reconfirm just by saying, what is my yes? What is my no? Or show me my yes, show me my no. And that will be there. So going back to the shop, and this being your first pendulum, knowing what your yes is, knowing what your no is, then you ask the important question, which is, would you like to work with me? Which will give away whether you spend money in that shop with this pendulum or you try another pendulum. So, would you like to work with me? Don't be shy. I know we're live. And there we go. So that is giving me my yes, which is good because I love this pendulum. So it's nice when it wants to work. So when that says yes, then I know, okay, brilliant. We can purchase that and take it home and work with us and allow that bond to strengthen, allow the energies to flow between us. Excuse me, just having a drink. So if you do get it home and after a few months or so, if you ask, would you like to work with me, and it says no, think of the situation you want to use the pendulum in, or was going to work with the pendulum with, to find out why it doesn't want to work with you. This is why I have so many in my collection, because this pendulum won't want to work with everybody that comes to me or used to come to me, and perhaps doesn't want to work with me for certain questions or for certain areas. So when you ask that question, would you like to work with me, always say it every time you go to use your pendulum. Would you like to work with me? Because you might find that it's like, actually, not this time. choose that pendulum, or it might push you on to getting another pendulum for that area that you're working with. So we have our yeses, we have our nos. Now we get to work with it by asking it questions, which is where you are all going to come on board with. Now we're treating this as a new pendulum. Okay, we've just got this pendulum, so we're not going to be asking it over complicated questions or very in-depth questions. I don't want to know if I'm going to die tomorrow. I don't want to know if I'm going to get a divorce. I don't want to know the ins and outs of private things. So to start forming a foundation and a good connection with your pendulum, start off simple, start off gentle. Don't go in with the big life questions. Just, you know, use it for the day-to-day mundane things. Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, and don't ask it things. I've done workshops with pendulums at events and stuff, and everyone's got a pendulum. We go through the yes, we go through the no's. Would you like to work with me? And then when I get to this stage and I get them working in pairs, working on this, and I say keep things simple, it's amazing what people think are simple questions and what are life-changing questions. We still have at the end or in between the bit where they work with each other, the hands will go up saying, oh, I've got problems, my pendulum's not working or something. And I'm like, oh, well, what's going on? What questions have you asked the other person? And she's like, oh, you know, will I have cancer? Or, you know, will my mum leave me something in my will? And I'm just like, whoa, you know, we're in the middle of a marquee, we're in the middle of a field where, you know, is that the right time to be asking these questions? Do you really want to be giving those questions to somebody you've only just met through this workshop? No, they're the sort of questions you ask when you're on your own and you've got a good connection and a good energy with your pendulum. Then you may branch out with that. But to begin with, we just want simple questions. Okay, so tonight, this is where you guys are going to come on board, and this is where the development is going to be in. So I would like you all, you know, don't ask a throwaway question. Don't turn around and go, oh, I'm going to ask Dan, you know, the pendulum this. Look at your life and look at a question that you could ask yourself, and treat tonight as a guidance. Okay, and just ask a question on that, what you need guiding, but keep it light. I don't want us coming away from this feeling like, oh my god, that was a bit intense. So keep it light, keep it fluffy, don't be too harsh on it. Okay, so we'll just take 5 minutes for these questions to come up, and they, you know, I don't want anything to be health. I won't do anything health related, but career, you know, we can border on love, but you know, anything that you might, this morning, it's beginning of the week, it's a new day, it's a new week. What have you sat up this morning in bed and thought about? What, you know, it's the new moon, it's the full moon. What was the intentions that you set for the full moon? Is there a question there that you could ask the pendulum? You know, it's quite a nice time to work with the pendulum. Look at the full moon, look at the new week. Is there a question that you want answered by the end of the week, by the end of the full moon? So just give yourself a few moments of to ask the question. Yes, so once you've thought of your question, Georgie, just pop it on, but please keep it light, keep it fluffy, don't be so in there. And if somebody's asked the same question, don't worry, this is for you, and I'll use the pendulum to find out what the outcome of that is, and then I'll use the cards as well to back us up. Okay, so just give you all it's 6:30, so I'll wait until 33 minutes past. Do 3 minutes. That is very fluffy. That is the fluffiest question I've ever seen, Shardy. I love it. Yes, that is fluffy enough. You know, that's the I'm not doing health, and you know what I mean. I'm trying to avoid those questions that would perhaps be uncomfortable to ask. You know. So I'll get myself lubricated in the throat, ready to talk. We will see with that, Georgie. It's a good thing to ask that if it's too much, because I only work with the yes and the no, and I don't work with any other the maybes. If your pendulum gives you another direction that isn't your yes or isn't your no, or if it's standing still, it might be that you've overcomplicated the question. So you've thrown it off sync. It's a bit like, I'm not really sure what you are saying here. So simplify it. Or it might be something that you've asked that is too soon to tell. It might be, you know, they can't give you that answer, because a bit like the tarot readings, a bit like that, for the pendulum, you're looking at about a 6-month period. So if you're asking something, you know, will I die in my 80s, and you're only in your 30s, it might be a bit like, what? Go away. Come back to me when you're in your 80s and I'll answer that question then. So yeah, so oh, Leslie. Oh, that makes me want to cry. To be fair, Leslie, I might ask myself, will I attend a ROX BOX workshop this year? Because I don't know if any are going to go ahead this year. But if it does, Leslie, you will be welcomed to come here. So we will start with these questions. So I think Shardy was the first one to comment, Biggles. So if we can start with Shardy and then work down. And if you can be on here, because like Georgie says, if that question was too much, if the pendulum is throwing a different shape, then I will perhaps ask you to give me to simplify it. Okay. So Shardy. So, okay. Shardy would like to know, is now a good time to be looking to move location? Okay, I don't know how much of this you can see, Shardy, because in my screen the pendulum is behind your comment there, but this has given me a very strong yes. Okay, but promise me, it's given me a yes, but promise me, don't you be going too far. I found a good friend in you. I don't want you going a million miles. I don't want you to be going to the Isle of Man with my other good friend. Don't tell me you're tequila buddies. So, okay. So for you, Shardy, we've got aquamarine, courage, the throat chakra. So tying this into your question here, is it going to take courage? Is there something here where we're looking at a leap of faith, where you're thinking, actually, I am settled, I have got ethic around me, but I feel that I could go over there. In that case, is this something that's going to take courage for you to do? Okay, we've got the throat chakra here as well, so it might be something that you need to explain, you need to express, you need to put into more detail with this. Maybe your altar that you've done, maybe there's something there that needs to express this conjunction into your location and for that move. But it all takes courage, but maybe that is where you've got those doubts there of, shall I just count my blessings and stay put, or shall I take in this challenge? But like I say, if you're moving out of Devon, we're going to be having words, gal. On Wednesday, I think you're coming Wednesday to see us, so we'll look into that more on Wednesday. So the next question, please, Claire. Gosh, look at this. We're all, again. So, Carolyn would like to know, to move house. Now that is, I'm going to ask it to move house because obviously we're working on a yes and a no direction here. So to move house or stay where we are, you see where the complication is going to come into with that question. So I'm going to say, should Carolyn move house? Okay. So Carolyn would like to know, should she move house? Okay, that's a big no. Not at the moment, not in these 6 months. Okay. So yeah, I did forget. Please make sure your question is a yes or a no answer. Okay. So in the next 6 months, stay where you are. And especially, again, I hope you're not moving out of Devon. Okay. Down the road, I can handle, or a bit closer to us, that would be super smashing great. But, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so for you, we've got bloodstone, we've got detoxifying, the root, heart, and sacral chakras. So this is quite funny here. You got a no for moving house, but you've got a detox card, and you got bloodstone. Bloodstone is a grounding crystal. It's for your base / earth star chakra, but it's good for detoxing your blood. So maybe, so for you, what I'm getting here is, no, you shouldn't be moving house. What needs to move out of your house? I feel if you detox, and I'm not talking about bodies here, living bodies. I'm not saying that you've got bodies in your closets or under your floorboards or in the patio. I'm not saying that you need to be throwing people out, but maybe by a change of the house, it may be decorating. Maybe there's something that needs to be removed for you to think, this feels like a new house. Is there something that we can extend? Is there something that we can knock down? Please make sure it's not a foundation wall. Make sure, but I feel you don't need to move. You just need to change where you are. And with that, that's going to do that. It's you've got your sacral, your root chakra mentioned there, and your sacral chakra. Your sacral being your emotional cupboard. So maybe there's something there that needs to empty out. Maybe there's something energy-wise in that house that needs to move on, that holds an emotional note to you, or a tie that just needs to I just need to get rid of that energy. Instead of you moving away from that, that needs to move away from you. Okay? So hopefully that's why you shouldn't move. Again, I can't wait to meet you face to face, and we can have a nice chat about that too. Okay, next question, please, Biggles. Okay, Lucy. Hey, ain't it? It's so nice to see the Mansour Barbers doing well. I'm looking forward to booking an appointment there. But in the meantime, Lucy would like to know. Sorry, can I have that question up again, Biggles? Sorry. Should Lucy move on to her level 4 of her course? Okay, so Lucy, that is my clockwise position. So that is a yes for you. Yes. And the circle is out of my palm. So it's a very strong yes, almost like, oh, should you need to ask that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, and for you, we've got the beautiful Larimar, the water, the ocean, the throat chakra. So this is relating to your question. We've got the water here. Go with the flow. Don't put obstacles, don't put boundaries. And that's perhaps why it was quite a strong yes, because it was almost like you don't need to ask this question. You just want to try and put something there to be like, yeah, okay. There might be something off-putting here, but this is saying, be the water, be the ocean, be that strength, and go with that flow. Express yourself. We've got the throat chakra here, so express that, and just enjoy the ride. Go with that, sweetheart. The next question, please. Okay, so that is that one. But Georgie here, it says, I'll rephrase my question. Will we connect again? Okay, so that's fine. So Georgie, will she connect again with her friend Alex? Okay, that is a yes there, Georgie. There will be a connection there. Obviously, there will be a connection. Will that be face-to-face? Will it be an online? There's the next question there. So okay, so for you, we've got carnelian here, self-confidence, the root, the sacral chakra. So here, I feel the ball is in your court here, and you now need that confidence to make this happen. Does that make sense? Okay, it's all right to go in there going, oh, shall we, shall we, shall we? Do it. And make the first move, make that first connect, put those plans into place. It's got to come from your court. This feels like the tennis player is on your side. You now need to put that serve and connect it back over to Alex. So don't feel like you need to wait for Alex to come for you to go. Okay, sweetheart? Thank you, babes. So next question, please, Bear. While I relubricate. Oh, Jane. Let's see. I'm going to swap it up. I'm going to use my amethyst one now. Okay. So, would you like to work with me? Of course you would. Okay. So, Jane, is now a good time. So, can I have the question back up again? I was just making sure this pendulum wants to work with me. Pain. Okay, Jane would like to know, is now the right time to put her new project into action? Okay, it's not slowed down for me asking if it wants to work. If it was going to change direction, it would quite happy if done. But it has slowed down. So that's a yes. Yes. Now is the time for that new project. Okay. And here you've got the root chakra, hematite, mental strength. Now, I think this might tie up pretty well with your project. Is this something that's going to take some mental time for you to do? Is it going to be mentally challenging for you? And that's perhaps why now is the time to do that. You've had the time to think. You've had the time to reflect. You've perhaps put out all the lists of pros, cons, what can go wrong? Why should I go for this? So you've perhaps mentally worked on this. Okay, now it's great for it to be here. Now your mind is going, get it out. Go for it. The mental strength. And we've also got the root here. So this is about standing your ground, being grounded in this. So again, if this is related to your project, absolutely. Your feet are in it. Your mind is in it. Go get it, girl. And I wish you all the luck in that. Absolutely. Okay, next question, please, Bear. Leslie, if this comes up as a no, I will ask my question whether I will be running any workshops this year. Okay. So my tequila drinking buddy Leslie would like to know, will she be attending any ROX BOX workshops this year? Now, that is giving me my no sign, but it's staying in my palm. It's literally covering that surface. So it's a very small no. So it's not definite. There's a very small no, but that might be because, you know, we need to look at the Isle of Man, traveling from there to here. The workshops, whether what workshop I'm going to be running this year, whether they draw to you, because I've not even got them planned yet of what we're going to be doing. So it's a small no, but I wouldn't say it's a definite no. Okay, and for you, blue lace agate, communication, the throat chakra. Like this, there's quite a few throat stones coming out. Okay, so communications. So this might be a small no, but this might be for us to communicate about. And that's what might turn it into a yes. Because I don't feel like it's a no. I feel like there might be. So this is for me to turn around and be like, right, when the tide is over, let's get these on board, and then I think you're going to be coming over. So keep the communication going, sweetheart, as it will be. We won't lose communication with you. Okay, next question, please, Biggles. Or is that all the questions? Okay, Sarah. Here's my new venture. So Sarah Matthews would like to ask, is her new venture with her friend going to happen? Okay. That's given me a clockwise direction. That's given me a yes. However, it was quite lopsided. It was quite, which is there telling me that because obviously this is a two-way venture, so there might be something there which might have something to do with commitment. There might be something there, and obviously I was only getting one half, not the other half, so it was quite see what the card says. Okay, so for you, you've got Ruby, you've got the passion there, the base and the sacral chakra. Now this isn't anything to do with a love passion. This is to do about this venture, and it's going to happen. You've got the yes there. It's going to happen. Just make sure that the passion in this is equal. Make sure that you are both in it for the right reasons. Don't want it to be your passion and your friend is just tagging along. Both pairs of feet need to be in this with the base and the both feelings. So we've got the base and the sacral chakra there, your feeling center and your grounding center. So when that is there, when you're both on it, you're both feeling it and you're both sharing that passion, full steam ahead. Absolutely, it's going to happen. All right. Any more questions for the pendulum? Brilliant. Okay. Again, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go for my little amethyst and clear quartz Ganesh. So before the question goes, I will just ask first if it wishes to work with me. Okay, so that's a yes. Should I pursue progression at work? Okay, so Sarah would like to know, so should she pursue the progression at work? Okay. That's a definite yes. Progress with that. Okay. And then Sarah would like to know, can she pursue her holistic interests and business at the same time? Okay, that's a yes. There is a yes there. You can have your holistic interests and your business. Was the business your work related, or is this another business that you are going into? Okay, for you, Sarah, you've got obsidian, you've got protection, the root chakra. So this is almost like, yes, go for your progression, but I feel that this is quite a bitchy environment. I'm just going to say bitchy environment. So although people are talking to you to your face and being nice, watch your back. Okay, I just feel that there might be somebody else who wants to go for the progression route with you as well. So just make sure that you are protected. Keep going, keep being yourself, but just be careful if there's anybody else going on the same route as you, because they might try and throw some spanners in the works. Just be cautious with that. Okay. Okay, so that is that. And then with your business as well, obviously the protections come up there, the root chakra. So again, stay grounded, stay stable, keep focused, keep going forward, and just keep yourself protected. Okay, which you should do doing your Reiki and your massages. You should, you know, and protection doesn't mean that somebody's going to be coming after you and stabbing you in the back. It might just be, you know, don't take on their energy. Don't be drained by their energy, and don't try and become them. If you see, and it's same as your job, your teaching. If you see that somebody else is perhaps progressing more than you, don't look and go, right, that's what I've got to be. Just be you, and that's what the protection is. Don't be influenced by what other people are doing. Stick to you and what's true for you. That's protection as well. I don't mean that people are going to be throwing knives, wanting you to break a leg or anything like that. I don't mean you're in harm's way. I just mean in an influential way. Keep to what you know. Okay, and ask your dad if he can come and do our garden, because what he's done to your mums is beautiful. Okay, so any more questions for the pendulum? Oh, okay. I'm going to look at the rose quartz one here. Okay. So would you like to work tonight? Absolutely. I think they all want to work because they've not been worked for so long. Okay. So what was the lady's name who asked the question? Okay, so Caroline. Caroline would like to know, will her daughter give her any more grandchildren? Okay, that's a small yes. I don't know whether that is because you're not the person that is going to be pregnant. So that might be, there's a small possibility, but the choice isn't yours to make. That's down to, there's a second person involved here. So yes, but the decision isn't yours or mine to make. That's for somebody else to decide on. Let's just see what the cards do. Okay, so you've got citrine here, abundance, creativity, the solar plexus. Okay, the solar plexus is our power center. The sun is the center of our solar system, and it's the power source for us. And so this is the power center. So looking at yourself, look at your solar plexus, look at your daughter's solar plexus. But there is the abundance there, the creativity. So I wouldn't be surprised if you are blessed with an abundance of another grandchild. Okay. But there might be a creative way about this. yeah, I don't know how much I can say at 7 o'clock at night, but I feel, yeah, it's not going to be the routine, the normal way that it's going to happen. There is going to be a creative way of this coming about. Okay, so I'll leave that there for you. Okay, I've just seen that there's a comment here from Tara. There is time, absolutely. I'm here till 7:30. So if anybody has joined in and they've not asked a question for the pendulum, please do pop a question on. Again, just remember the answer's got to be yes or no. Okay. And I think you're going to be a wonderful nan, Caroline. Okay. Sarah, when picking a pendulum from your collection, do you pick what you are drawn to on that day? Yes. But then also ask the question, do you want to work? There's my, there's my physical eyes that are going, oh, yes, I want you to work with me today. But it might turn around and go, no, sorry, it's my day off. Ask my mate next door, he'll work with you. So, yeah, there might be something that I'm drawn to, but it might not work. And it might be because I'm drawn to the crystal itself, which is then making me think, okay, maybe it's that crystal that I'll need to carry around, not using that pendulum for divination to get questions. So there's a lot of things, a lot of factors to consider into why that pendulum is working with you. And then also looking at the crystals, as you've seen, I've already used 4 different types of pendulums for these questions. The last one was Caroline, and it was a lovely question. It was that connection of, for her daughter. So I felt rose quartz pendulum would be a nice one to ask. It's that universal love energy. The first questions I was using the eye light, which is the spiritual, the third eye crystal. And then the 2 amethyst ones, they're your general healing energy with the amethyst there. So the general questions you can use with that, but also you've got the crown, the knowing, opening the crown chakra one up, and especially with this one, which is amethyst and clear quartz. So really heightening the crown and the third eye chakra there to open up to know. Oh, bless her. That is brilliant. So, Tara, if there is time, could I ask if there is a change in my job coming? You certainly can. So, Tara should like to know, is there a change in her job coming? Okay. That's a strong yes. So I've just realised I've just been sliced by something. Something sliced me. Don't know what it is. A little bit of blood is good for the divination energy. You can't say I've not put my blood, sweat, and tears into these cards now, can you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, so yes, job is coming. Here, you've got fuchsite, healing, the heart chakra. So this is about you doing what your heart wants you to do. So that change is coming. You're going to be doing what you love. You love, not what everybody else wanted for you, what you want to do. And I really want to underline healing, whether that is something that you are going to be coming onto. And don't forget, you know, healing isn't just about Reiki or crystals in the holistic sense of healing. It can be counseling. It can be something to teaching. Yeah. Teaching is a form of healing. Giving people the opportunity to learn something will give them the opportunity to heal themselves from something. So whatever your job is going to be coming into, look out for the healing aspects of it and go for what makes this beat. Go for what makes you joyful. Okay. Oh, will we all meet up again this year? Oh, absolutely. Let's ask the Rose Quartz. Okay. Oh, Tara, she would like to know, will we meet up again this year? That's a big yes. I just hope to God it's not because Olympia's going to go ahead. I need to draw a card. I need to draw a card. Okay. So for that card, will we meet again? We've got the self-confidence. We've got the base, the sacral chakras there. So with everything that's going on, obviously we're going to have to pluck up that courage, and we're going to have that confidence of, right, step out the house, let's go and hug somebody, let's go and meet up, and let's just connect, because that's what it's going to take, is that confidence of, is it safe to do this? Is it safe to meet X amount of people? So that will be that. Yes. So I don't think, hopefully, let Olympia be next year. We should, that might be my question. After I've gone through all the questions, that will perhaps be my question to ask the pendulum. Okay. For those people who are wondering what, I'll let you know in due course. Okay. Any other questions, Bebe? Okay. So let's go for Iolite for you, Laurie. So Laurie's question: should she continue down the artistic route? Selling her paintings. Well, that's a definite yes. There's a definite yes for you there. Let's just see what card can back that up with for a bit more insight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so for you again, you've got obsidians come out again with protection, the root chakra. So stay grounded in this. Stay firm. Stay in your bubble. I know what it must be like to be an artist and selling your own work. I know it's a uphill struggle. I know it's a very, very overflowing market. So a little bit like what I said with Sarah. Stick with your who you are, your style. Don't look at what is selling. Don't look at what people are buying. Stick with you, because sooner or later what they are buying and selling are going to cease. People have got that. People are going to want to move on. So don't change your style. Don't start doing different things that's out of your comfort zone to try and compete with what others are doing. Stay in your bubble. Stay with what you're doing, sweetheart. Protection. Double the bubble is what Hillary would say. So keep doing that. And if it is slow, just keep grounded. Keep that idea in the ground. Keep stable. Keep pursuing it. The break will come. Okay. Julie, will my photographs feature in my future project? Excuse me. We'll go with this one. Although I think this is the one that's cut me. I'm not sure. So, Julie, will Julie's photos feature in her future project? For some reason, that is a no. I don't know whether your photographs are a hobby, in which case that's just saying don't bring it into the chore, don't bring it into your day-to-day life, keep it as that, but we'll see what the cards say. Okay, for you, we have citrine, we have the abundance, the creativity, the solar plexus chakra. So this is about being in your own power, and this is about being creative and abundant in that. Was it the project? Yes. So I feel that there's already the abundance there. There's already a creative here. So maybe bringing the photographs in there. There needs to be another way for that to happen. I feel that what's on there is abundant enough. There's more. There's so much more for you in there. You don't need that other angle. You don't need that side to that. There might be something else for your photograph to go into to keep that creativity, to keep that abundance flowing. All right. Hope so. Is there Belinda? Okay, Belinda. Should Belinda start to heal people as well as animals? Okay. That's a big fat no, Belinda. That's a no-go. It's spinning out from my palm, so that is a no there for you. Okay. So it's a big fat no. And there we go to back it up. Tiger's eye, animals, the solar plexus chakra. This is your power. This is your power here. This is what you are all about. Don't give that power to those people. Give it to the animals. We need people like you, Belinda. And if that doesn't seal it, you know, animals, this card is all about people who work with animals. This is about the people who are in connect with their power animals, spirit animals, and are passionate about that. So the pendulum said no. You drew the animal card. Your question was animal related. For nothing more to say. Job's done. Get your mojo back, Laurie. Get your mojo back. Okay, absolutely. Is colour. Okay. So in Julie's project, is colour going to feature? Yep. That's a very strong case there that colour is going to feature in your future project. Okay, and for you, for that one, we've got hematite, root chakra, mental strength. So this is for you and this project. There's going to be the mental challenges there, as well as being grounded, being in the hematite. Hematite is a very loving energy, especially for females. It really brings in the warrior spirit, really helps you to stand your ground, stand in your true, and not be pushed over, not be budged. You really get that. And also, it's nice centering crystal. Hematite is really good for stress, for trauma. So if this is something that, if your future project is something that's keeping you all up here, try working with hematite to center that down. When we go through stress, when we go through shock or trauma, we do the dandelion head, where all that energy just goes straight up there, and we are not grounded at all. So bring in hematite, allow it to align, allow it to focus. So yeah, so color's going to be in there. So absolutely use that. 1 second. Okay, so hopefully that has answered that for you. That's all right. No need to apologize. This is strawberry quartz. This is my little present to myself. I love my black moonstone sphere, and I do like my spheres. And I saw this last Thursday when we were buying, and I thought, yes, strawberry quartz has been mentioned quite a lot. I know Shardy, if she's still on with us, she has tempted me by talking about her strawberry quartz sphere. So I got this beauty, and I got some other ones for stock. So in a future market, we have got some strawberry quartz spheres coming up for you guys as well. So yes, it is beautiful, stunning. Might come to bed with me tonight. So any questions at all about this evening? Any questions at all about anything? Thank you so much for people responding about coming on to do a Zoom development group. That would be something of interest. I am going to be in touch with people to run some ideas, to run some questions. Darling, size does not matter. Size isn't everything. Not at all. Absolutely. There we go. Julie's just confirmed that. Bring it with you on Wednesday when you come to see me. We might do a bit of flute. I've not had a flute lesson since last time you were here, so we might annoy the neighbours and play with our flutes as well. So yes. Oh, Caroline, do you believe your pen? Yes. Yeah. For me, and for most humans, we go on by the phrase seeing is believing, and working with a pendulum is all about working with your intuition, working with your gut feeling. So if we're working with it in a divination, asking questions, when we're asking the pendulum, we're actually just asking ourselves, and the pendulum is linked into our intuition. So what we're feeling here is just showing by that, but because we're so rubbish at following our intuition or listening to this, because we're just like, oh no, that's, that'll go away, we're so much more likely to believe what we're seeing and acting on that. So absolutely, I trust. I do trust in my pendulum. So yeah, just trust in yourself, Caroline. Absolutely. Start working with the pendulum, and you'll find that when, by following the pendulum, just in the back of your mind, just remember you're guiding by your own intuition. You're just following the pendulum, and you'll find that trust. Zoom would be fantastic. I'm going to have a good chat tomorrow. I'll have to nip out and grab something to keep them going, but I will chat to the Moodies tomorrow a bit more. I'll chat to Shardy on Wednesday about it. But yeah, it's going to be once a month. Just something that we can get together. It just stops me from being the face I was having a chat today with Karen from the Devon Birds of Prey Centre, and she was saying how good these are coming on, and the special guests. And she says, you know, you've done a good job. I bet you're pleased with yourself. And I'm not pleased with myself. I'm pleased with you all. And this is why I want to do some Zoom. So I've got other faces that are putting their energy into here. Because at the moment, I'm just the face. And I can just take only the smallest of credit for this. You know, I mean, you've got Beagles upstairs working behind the scenes, and you've got you amazing people commenting, going with this and engaging. If you guys weren't engaging, we won't be dealing with this, won't be happening. So yeah, that's why I want to do Zoom, so we can look at this. Jane, I am technophobe. Oh, Julie, when our son was young, he lost something in the garden. We found it using a pendulum. Yeah, yeah. In fact, bless them, I was so privileged. Last year at the healing weekend, I did a pendulum workshop. I think I had people don't, the numbers of people don't matter, but I think I had about 50 people. Luckily, I had just enough pendulums for them to work in pairs. And at the end of it, there were two ladies. They wanted to come down to the store to chat to me. And they came down. And these two ladies both work in the police force. And they especially came to the healing weekend because they saw I was doing a workshop on pendulums, a talk on pendulums. And they wanted to come along because they wanted to start using pendulums for dowsing for finding missing people. They were that side of thing, which I thought, whoa, that's a bit out there for the police. But they were so wanting to do that. And bless them, my little 45 talk really gave them the fuel to keep going and to work more with the pendulum dowsing for missing people. Not to catch criminals and hardened criminals, but for those people that were missing, they were using that. So that was really touched me, and thought, wow, that's great. I think they were from the Midlands, funny enough. So yeah, don't worry about technophobes and stuff like that. My biggest thing for the development is numbers. I want them to be small numbers. However, I know, talking on my knitting group about Zoom, you can do something that takes people into different rooms, and so you can work in smaller groups. So if I find that I've got 20 people, I might give people a topic to talk about, and for them to go into their small groups and to discuss that topic or to do something, and then we come together and then we swap around. I've got ideas, and once I've got people coming down and discuss that, we can fine tune it and do it like that. For muscle pain, Caroline, I would recommend either Amethyst, which is your general healer. Depends where this muscle pain is. Send me a private message, and where, depending where that muscle pain is, I will. Oh, yes, breakout rooms. That's what it's called, Lucy. Yes. Oh, Sarah. I'm so glad that you found us, literally. I would say for you, Caroline, I will private message you, Crystal, for that. Okay. I will, after this and after we've had something to eat, I will connect with you via private message. If you just private message us on Dan Rocks, so I've got something to reply back to, I'll get that information over to you if that's okay, sweetheart. So yes, that I think is all that I can say for tonight. Thank you for coming on board. I hope the light-hearted questions you got the answers to, and there's a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of guidance for you to come on. Next Monday, we'll look into doing something else with you all to develop your intuition, your guidance. Okay. So thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're not back online again this week until Friday. Friday night is our market night. Adam will be taking the pictures. The event is already set up. It's on the Dan Rocks Facebook page. So just find the event and we'll announce when the pictures have been taken and the market is starting to list. And then I go on live Friday and we go around the world showing you the places where these crystals can be found. So it's educational, so you don't feel like you have to buy to be part of the live. Yeah, so it's 6 o'clock this week. We're changing the time, ready for us getting back to work and for you guys being back at work and hopefully having time to come back, settle, and to join us. So 6 o'clock this week, we go live with that, not 5, 6. But yeah, we're not going to be on Wednesday because the healing weekend is kicking off with their virtual online workshops, which start Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days of workshops. £5 for one day or £20, and you can go for the whole 5 days, and that's all on Zoom. So that will give you a little bit of an inkling of what we could achieve ourselves. Okay, but thank you all so much. Have a good one and see you tomorrow, Moody's, and see you on Wednesday, Shardy, and see you all hopefully on Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Good night. God bless. Take care. Beam me up.